Yo, beautiful. It's Kyle Miller, America's Complete Life Coach. I'm here with you on this Wednesday to teach you some Good Kush, man. The Good Kush. We're going to get deep into the Good Kush with the blue marker. And I don't know why I made that reference to the blue marker. I mean, kind of reminds me of the blue sky, and there's so many songs about the blue sky and how open and beautiful it is. And it's reminding me of my mentor, Jason Capital. He does an affirmation that I always think of, building my kingdom to the blue sky. But off that tangent, something that my mentor taught me was default setting. And what is default setting? Default setting is the average mood we are throughout the day. So like on a scale to, let's say, just do the basic 1 to 10. Because 0, you're dead. So 1 to 10, your mood. So let's just say your average mood. For me, for a while, I would say that my average mood, especially when I was more depressed and stuff, was around a 3 or 4. So we'll do a nice little 3.5. So we got a 3.5. That was my average mood. That was what I woke up to and went to sleep to. That's the mood that I experienced the most. And so a way to we're gonna be talking about how up your mood today, and I want to kind of share with you this little psychology principle. It's called the peak ending experience. It kind of determines how we experience life, how we remember things. So a peak, so we're just going to draw a nice little line. Just imagine a nice little heart monitor. And so I'm going to share an example. So let's just say you're at a concert, and your experience of that concert is determined by your peak emotion during it. So let's just say your favorite song came on. Like for me, I went to a Gary Allen concert in November, and when I hit that peak moment, my family has a few of our favorite songs. There's Best I Ever Had and Airplanes, just watching airplanes. And when that song came on, that was an amazing performance, and that was just amazing, the peak experience we were able to have. But then, when we closed, the concert closed, the last song was beautiful, awesome, and it's just so invigorating. So that my experience of that is up here. That's how I remember it. I remember it as a great experience. And maybe an example in the opposite, so when things don't go as well, is, so let's just say, okay, I got one. When I went on a date, one date, and I've been on more dates, but it was absolutely, how do I want to describe it? It was pretty garbage. It was just not a very good day. It wasn't really fun. We just didn't really connect much at all. And so so my experience, so probably the peak emotion was April 20th actually. So I was making 420 jokes, and I did not get a crack, a smile, nothing, not even a little giggle. I mean, it's mostly just me laughing, but I just kind of got the serious, you're dead to me look. Kind of like that. But, so my peak emotion was actually really negative. That's my experience. And then how it ended, which it just didn't ended well. It felt like one of those experiences when you go to a dance or something, and you're trying to make conversation with someone, and you're asking them all the questions that are giving you one-worded questions. You're just man. So it was an hour of that. So it ended pretty poorly too. I was nice to her, but yeah. So that was my experience. So that's the peak ending or peak closing effect. So my experience is affected by that. So how can we take that principle and put it into action, put it into a higher default setting. So something I do with it is I like to, I try to have a peak experience throughout the day. Do something that I really enjoy, whether that's like me like dancing, or maybe it's me listening to a favorite song. Maybe I'm going on an adventure. Maybe a massage. Ooh, a massage sounds so good. I think I'm going to do that this weekend. Treat myself. But there's also like many other things. Doing things that you enjoy. Spending time with people that you enjoy spending time with. Because your time is so important. Your time determines, I guess the use of your time determines your overall happiness and how you perceive that use of time. So many things. But so that's something I do quite a bit. And also, to close out the day in a great way, I like to do two things. Number one is like, I've been doing this like this last week. And this last week I've been watching a Psych episode each night after a hard day of work. A nice Psych is like my favorite show. I love Psych. It's on Amazon Prime right now, and I'm so happy because Netflix like stabbed me in the back. Like was it last October? Or it was 2 Octobers ago, and took it off Netflix, and that was a terrible time in life. But you shouldn't let all the little things determine your overall happiness, but it does play a factor. We have to notice that. But Psych is, back to where I was, Psych is one of my favorite shows, so I end the day of that. And also I like to read a biography at the end of the day just to really set my mind right and read some inspirational stuff. Like right now I'm reading Albert Einstein, amazing guy. He's pretty smart. I don't know if you know him, crazy hair, you know. I'm trying to, maybe one day, I don't know. Maybe when I'm older, I can get that frizz. But getting back to like default setting, like some ways that we can up our mood is injecting through our day things that boost our energy. Because when we really feel bad and negative about our lives is when we're like, first off, when we're thinking about the past or future. That's when our anxiety, a lot of depression exists. When we're in the present, we don't really feel those feelings. And also just pumping our state, our experience of life in a way that, like I mentioned earlier, dancing to a song, that's something like maybe like shaking out, maybe jumping up and down like you're at a concert. It feels great. Like you should, like right now, like whatever you're doing, just stand up and like go like this. And maybe even throw up, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Something like that. You can do switch hands, and then I like to do the double fist. And just something like, I feel great right now. I feel so much better than I did like even 10 seconds ago. So my state went up. So whenever we're able to get our state up and our default setting up, like I would say right now, my default setting today compared to that 3.5 is probably a 7. Probably twice as good. Like I feel amazing about life. But my goal by April is to be at 12. So that will take me pumping my state so that eventually I don't have to do all these little things. I just naturally wake up in an awesome mood, excited for life, and not in like a non-genuine way, but in a very genuine way. I'm excited about life. I have a lot of hope for life. I have a lot of excitement and joy that I can share with others, and I'm able to overflow to other people's lives. Because I know like each one of us has passions and gifts to give to people. And if we're able to instill that into them, because we are always, our average is higher than it is now, we're able to change lives. We're able to change the most important life, our own. Because we're in a happier mood, we're in a more receptive mood, a more creative mood, a more mood. Being able to get the most out of yourself. So beautiful. Get more out of yourself. Raise your default setting. And if you have any questions or anything, put them in the comment section, any critiques I would like, or maybe any recommendations for future YouTube videos. I would love to hear. So hit me up in the comment section, and also if you want more, I do daily videos each and every day. Subscribe. But peace out, beautiful. Keep going. You're beautiful.